DSP tries it.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It. And over the years that I've done DSP Tries It, I will fully admit that there are some times that perhaps I embellish a little bit.
So he tries burgers and food.
Oh my god! I have never seen anything like that before. That is vile. Like, oh, they didn't even try to make this in any kind of an edible they just slopped it the fuck on there. Wow.
You hear the big snort. I'm convinced that with Phil, he's been going to these fast food restaurants in his local area for a long time, and that they know who he is and they hate him.
And by the way, I should bring up this point too. No line at Jack in the Box. There was one car in front of me, they were gone. It wasn't like they were at rush hour, it was busy, and they were pumping out a bunch of food and they fucked this up. No, they just fucked it up of their own accord. So I'm gonna attempt to eat this. I don't know if I should eat this. You know what I mean? I'll take a few bites, I'll tell you how it tastes, but I mean, oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna take a bite of this. This reminds me of the fucking KFC Double Down, quite honestly, right now. This could be the most unhealthy thing I've ever eaten for this program. Oh my, look at this. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Here we go.
Ooh.
Well.
Do you like it? I bet he likes it.
The camera's not picking up the color correctly. The beef is not pink at all.
Mouth smacking.
The beef is overcooked and brown. I don't know why the camera's making it look like it's pink. It's not. This is not like a raw burger. The camera makes it look like it is. I guess it's the color adjustment or whatever. This is not like a raw burger. The beef is overcooked and brown. I don't know why the camera's making it look like it's pink. It's not. This is not like a raw burger. The camera makes it look like it is. I guess the color adjustment or whatever.
Color adjustment or whatever.
All I could really taste in that first bite. I didn't taste onion. I barely tasted any cheese. All I really tasted was the sirloin. Which quite honestly is good because sirloin steak is quite good. This is a sirloin burger. So it actually tasted pretty good. I'm going to take another bite.
Sirloin burger? I can never get his accent down.
Right here.
Ooh, the chewies.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh man. Dirty burger from a van on a Friday night. I remember some of those, but like the one of the two burgers. I remember outside the Birmingham ground, there used to be a football outside the football. There used to be a burger van. Like we sometimes get these burgers, and I remember the shape, the size, the smell, and I remember thinking, what is in this? Like what is in this burger? I remember a burger from a bonfire night one year. We need to finish. Yeah, I need to finish. A burger from a bonfire night one year. Like, I remember it vividly. Onions on it and everything. I remember a burger especially as well from when I tell this story a lot. When I used to live in university in Bristol, there was a kebab you like at the top of the road. Burger you like or whatever it was called, and like literally, so I have to walk home past this fucking burger you like. So like it doesn't matter whether I'm out drunk or just coming back from wherever. Like I walk past this place at 2 a.m, whenever. Cheeseburger please boss. Like they knew me. They'd bang up my cheeseburger and chips in a pack, and I could stand there with my eyes closed like that and just go, cheeseburger please boss. Like yeah, I ate a lot of those cheeseburgers.
Alright, literally all I got for flavor in that bite was butter, because this bun is so saturated in the butter. It's fucking gross.
But you've eaten a big second bite. I think you like it.
I got butter, and I got cheese. I got butter, and I got cheese. That I couldn't taste anything else but butter and cheese. Cheese in that bite. Because there's so much butter on this burger.
We're doing the different words just in different orders. Butter, cheese, and burger. They're the 3 words. See if you can do another few sentences involving them, because I think you will.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm going to try to get a bite with some kind of onion.
Some kind of onion.
Because there is onion on this, but it's not looking too good. Being that there's so much of
onion report.
This That's probably going to overpower all the other flavors.
You bought a burger called the Buttery Jack that's sold on the principle that it's covered in butter, and you're complaining about the amount of butter that's saturating the burger. But that's the principle of the burger. That's why it's called the Buttery Jack. Garlic and herb butter. Like, if you didn't want that, you shouldn't have ordered it. I mean, I know he's reviewing it, so he's just giving a review and saying that it's bad, but, like, I mean...
I actually tasted the sweetness of the onion with the burger. I'll be honest, the sweetness of the onion with the burger actually tastes pretty good.
Well done. The sweetness of the onion with the burger tastes pretty good. Well, that's why they've been eating burgers with onions for fucking hundreds of years then, yeah?
It actually does. The onions and the burger go together. Because think of it, steak and onions.
You think about it, steak and onions, isn't it? So there you go. Also liver and onions, so you might enjoy a liver burger.
Traditionally, fry up steak, put some fried onions on that.
It's tradition.
Right? Tastes good. But the amount of fucking butter on this burger is making it almost unbearable.
Almost.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one more bite right from the...
I'm just going to take one more bite. I'm really not enjoying this. I've eaten, 2/3 of it now, so let's just have one more bite, just to confirm that I don't enjoy it.
Middle, which has the most onions. Then I'm gonna
if you really want the onions, just take the onions off it and eat the onions. Stop talking about the onions.
Capacity down, and I'm going to give you my review. All right.
You have given me your review during the process of eating it, you fucking idiot. That's the review. You've just done it then. You've said it's got too much butter. The onions aren't very easy to taste, but when you do taste them, they're sweet, and that goes well with the meat because steak and onions go well together. The burger's made from sirloin steak in principle, so that's nice, but it's overpowered by the butter, which is the main feature of the fucking thing. You haven't mentioned the garlic once. Are you feeding a pig?
My God. Look, I can't even lift up this. It's attached to the plate because there's so much...
Because your plates in your house are made of paper instead of normal cutlery, like normal people. Instead of normal dishware, Darksydephil, to this day, uses paper plates.
Grease on it. Wow.
Why did you need an extra plate? You're eating fast food out of a carton.
That was something else.
That was something else.
This DSP tries it was not for the faint of heart. Holy shit. My whole mouth tastes like sweet bread, which is good.
My whole mouth tastes like sweet bread, which is good.
And permeating butter.
Permeating butter. Which is also good, is it? Because butter's...
Ugh. So let me explain. Oh. I actually think that if this burger were made properly...
If it were made properly? What do you mean?
If this burger were not insanely doused in this butter sauce...
It's sold as a burger that's doused in butter.
It had the appropriate amount on it. It might actually taste good. Because the components are there. Cheddar cheese is good. Cheddar cheese goes with beef. Sirloin steak is good. That goes with the flavor of fried onions, right? And even the sweet bread. Right. In theory...
It's like a market report. It's like, investors report now, isn't it? We've got the components. We've got the sweet bread. In theory, everything's good on the graph. Unfortunately, butter saturation reached over 80% and things just dipped. What we could do in the future... What are we doing?
It makes sense. The problem is they really mismade this, made it a sloppy mess.
It's for people that want lots of butter on their burger for whatever reason. It's a limited edition thing to create some interest in the venue, isn't it? And Phil's fallen for it because he's reviewing it on his internet show. But ultimately, no, it's not a very well thought out long-term principle for all burgers, is it, to saturate them in butter? It might be an acquired taste. It might be a once in a blue moon thing, and it might not be on the menu for a long time. So if you're not really into lots of butter, don't order the burger that's saturated in butter. And critique it, you may, because it does seem to me like a bit of an overstatement in terms of the I'm trying to get. It seems like an overstatement in terms of like needing to be unnecessarily unhealthy, doesn't it? So we've made that point. We're all happy with that. Phil's eaten half of it.
Just completely destroyed the product.
But again, I don't believe this entirely, because like I've said, I'd also please note the amount of divots in the bread from his squeezing of the thing. I don't also agree with this. I think that what happens to Phil is that he consistently gets bad fast food because he goes to fast food places, is himself, often complains, and then probably returns, and they think, oh, here's that arsehole again. Oh, you want the Butterburger, do you? Like, you slimy fat bastard ordering the Butterburger. Are you like, all right then, I'll give you a Butterburger. And they like, I gave him the extra butter and said, fuck you. Like, and I don't know what kind of butter it is, whether it's human butter or not, but
Honestly, I don't know if my review of the cheddar onion buttery jack burger.
Did you hear the breathe out before he did a snort at the end of the title of the burger, and before he went, huh. Listen.
I don't know if my review
of the, and then he goes, and then he says it.
Cheddar onion.
that breathe out, like condescending out breath.
So honestly, I don't know if my review of the cheddar onion buttery jack burger is actually going to reflect the product you would get if you went to a Jack in the Box franchise.
Exactly, Phil. No, I don't think it would. I think most people would get a much nicer standard of burger, but I think they see you coming and think, it's this guy again. Has anyone got anything they want to put on his burger?
And got it yourself. But I've got to review what I have in front of me. Now, here's the thing. It actually is heavy. It's substantial.
It's heavy. We didn't bring in the weight of the burger till now, but like, it's heavy and substantial. So that's a tick in a box.
It's a lot of food. Unlike some other products that I've done for this show, which
Another snort.
for $5, they're like, oh, it's a $5 burger and you eat it. Like, this is like not
It's a $5 burger and you eat it. I mean, what else would you do with it?
even worth this. It's like a, nowhere near worth $5.
It's not even
This one's pretty substantial. Eating this, you're probably going to be full. Maybe have a few fries.
$5 worth of full.
I got the combo, so we have a few fries with it.
I got the combo.
Whatever.
I got the combo.
But this at least will fill you.
It will fill you. Who speaks like that? Your name is Phil. I'll fill you in a minute. You're going to fill me. No one's filling anyone. Get back on with the review.
Will you actually have a stomach that's not upset when you're done with it, especially if it looks like this? Oh my God, now I'm burping. This is not good. I told you I was worried about this one, guys. Oh no.
Phil, you would probably burp whatever, wouldn't you?
I think I might have to wrap this episode up quickly.
Why? You're going to be sick.
I have to review what I have in front of me. I feel that if it had all the components...
It's like, I have to review... Listen, I'm sorry. I would love to give a much more glowing review of this product. Jack in the Box, if you're watching, it's not your fault as product designers, but I do have to review what I have in front of me, I'm afraid. Rules are rules. Not taking it so seriously.
Properly made, it wasn't disgusting, it wasn't falling apart, and it wasn't completely saturated in this disgusting butter. It probably could have had potential to be a 3.
Well, we're going to put this one on YouTube. I've got chat over my head like massive. U-chuffers are over my head like massive, and the picture is quite small for this, but I need to reframe the whole... sorry, everyone on YouTube. This one's going on YouTube, but...
Or a 4. But I've got
Sorry, what did he say?
In this disgusting butter. It probably could have had potential to be a 3 or a 4.
It could have had potential to be a 3 or a 4. This is an absolute crying shame, isn't it? You know, I feel, despite having dosed his... Look, it looks like a glazed fucking donut. I don't know what kind of butter would end up with that sort of creamy white consistency. Look, don't get me started on that.
But I've got to review what I've got in front of me.
He's got to review what he's got in front of him. That is the rule.
This is a 1 out of 5.
It's a 1 out of 5. Just knock it off the table, throw it in the bin. Leave it out the front for the DoorDash driver to collect next time they come round. It's just a 1 out of 5. It's $5 worth of filling food. The fries, I got the combo, but the burger itself,
it's a mess.
A mess.
It's insanely unhealthy.
Insanely unhealthy.
It's fucking taste like, just permeated with butter. It's
Taste
sad that
again.
I have to take 3.
We got permeated with butter twice, so he didn't manage to... his brain stalled him then. You heard him. He went, it tastes like permeated with butter.
It's fucking taste like, just permeated with butter. It's sad that I have to take 3-4 bites to really even taste the product, right?
It's sad that I have to take 3 or 4 bites to really taste the product, right? Huge sniff. You didn't. I'm sure you could have tasted the product with 1 bite. I think you were just enjoying eating it, and I'm pretty sure that when the camera goes off, you'll probably just finish it.
It's disgusting. It made a mess of my car. It made a mess
What do you mean it made a mess of your car?
my table here, my plate. It's probably one of the...
It didn't make a mess of your table. Your paper plate has got some small patches of grease. You're fine. I think you're embellishing that.
worst things for me that I've ever eaten on DSP Tries It, and I'm going all the way back to that KFC Double Down from the beginning of the series.
We'll watch that again sometime.
Awful. And again, I would love to hear if someone could bring up the stats for this thing.
The stats. If someone could bring up the stats. He's making a video. He intends for people to watch it on YouTube. Who's going to bring up the stats? What are they going to do? Send them into the studio? You're making a video on your phone. He's not actually. He's got a camcorder to do this. But if someone could just bring up the stats. What do you mean stats? Power 9, strength 4, grease 10. What stats? Nutrition facts. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E. The stats for this, please. Could somebody bring up the stats?
What are the calories? What are the fat calories, right?
These are the stats we need to know. The calories, the fat calories. You've just ordered it from the fast food restaurant, you prick. You were intending to review it. So why don't you ask them? They would have furnished you with those details, surely. You've got the internet. You're doing the review. Don't ask someone else to bring up the stats. Provide them as part of your review if you think it's important.
Cholesterol? Oh my God.
Cholesterol? Oh my God level, probably.
It's got to be off the fucking charts.
It's got to be off the charts. So if you do the stats, make sure the charts can. When you're charting the stats, when you're doing the analysis and making the graph, can you increase the size of the chart? Because this one will be off it. Look, what are you going to do? Lick the box.
And of course, there's my version.
Oh, look at it though. Look at it. That it cannot be normal. That is not really how it's supposed to be, surely. Even if it is a butter burger, surely my theory is correct. And that every time Phil gets fast food from his local area, they recognise him by face, name, smell, car, complaint. And they just do him over every time.
Which is probably twice as bad because they made it like this. I got to give it a 1 out of 5.
I've got to give it a 1 out of 5. I wish there was any other way. There is another way, right? You could go back to Jack in the Box and order 4 or 5 of them, right? This might be getting a bit extreme, but you are doing review shows on the internet and you are taking them fairly seriously. So there is another way, which is to just go and buy 5 of them. And then if they're all really bad, you don't have to just do the one in front of you. You could do it off the other 5, or you could go to Jack in the Box and say, hey, I've had a bad experience. Can I see the perfect one, and get them to really do you a good one, or something like that. But as it is, because you only intend to film this once and you just film your dinner and you're not intending to buy another one of these because you didn't like it that much, you can only judge it off the one in front of you. They are the rules. There will be no Jack in the Box repeats. There will be no second attempts. This is the one it's almost like they've entered a competition, isn't it? They've put it in front of Gordon Ramsay and said, this is the dish. And like Gordon knows they can do much better. And he's seen them cooking. He's tasted it along the way. But as they brought the dish out, they tripped and it's gone wrong. And they can only judge the one that's in front of them. I'm sorry. These are the rules for the competition. It's not that. You've just bought a burger from a fast food restaurant. And also at this time, Phil is making quite a lot of money from YouTube. So it might be excessive. It might be, we'd critique him for it in different ways, I'm sure, if he did this, but he could also have bought 5 or 6 of them. He doesn't have to worry about the $5 price tag. He's like spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on nonsense at the time anyway. Kat, are you going to meow all the way through this? I can't pick you up from there. Well, I'll pick you up. I pick you up. Don't run away. She wants feeding, but I'm going to give her a cuddle instead. You're getting a cuddle. Right, next.
I kind of wish that I could have got a good one, because the thing is, I'm not going to ever order this again. After how bad this was, there's no way I'm ordering this again.
I told you. I may have seen this on Detractor Beam before, but I told you, like, that was in my psyche, in my brain. I knew, like, he's got no intention of ever ordering this before, so we can never do another review. This will stand as it stands. Who gives a fuck?
Ever. And I would have liked to see if it was made properly, if it was any better. This is disgusting.
Well, if you wanted to see that, just go and order another one or 2. Sorry.
So 1 out of 5.
You getting eggy?
I would only recommend trying this if you have a Jack in the Box near you that makes stuff well, and maybe doesn't have a bunch of teenagers who are pumping out food and don't know what the fuck they're doing like this.
There you go. Teenagers are pumping out food who don't know what the fuck they're doing. So it must be nice to work in Jack in the Box and have Phil come in, berate you. Do you even know, is it possible at this time when because he got quite a few views on the internet, is it possible anyone in the local area might have seen his videos? If you worked in a local fast food restaurant, might you be aware? Like, he's really not doing himself any service, like any benefit. He's not doing himself any benefit, because the people who serve him in these restaurants, like, you never want to berate chefs. You never want to argue and complain with people who work in places that you're going to go back and order from in the future. It's just not a good vibe, because they've got to deal with your food before you get it, and this is what you end up with.
this one did, because this is just beyond nasty. And now I'm kind of
The big snort there, that's beyond nasty, but the big snort.
like this one did, because this is just beyond nasty.
And that pressure pop snort, like he burst like there was some, he burst the pressure valve. Everyone else says he doesn't do cocaine. It doesn't. No one else will have it. But there's still a part of me that thinks I've heard that sort of snort before, that sort of sniff before, of people who don't want to blow that stuff out their nose and would rather try and suck it back. But Phil maintains it's post-nasal drip, so.
And now I'm kind of worried because I actually got some food for my
Came back in with a big smack of the lips as well.
beyond nasty. And now I'm kind of worried because I actually got some food for my girlfriend too. She's not home right now. She's coming home in a couple hours. And I'm afraid when she comes home, she's going to look at hers. Hers is going to be gross too. If they slap this shit
Yeah, she won't mind because she's probably eating with her other boyfriend.
together so badly, I can't imagine how they made the other ones. So,
Well, why didn't you look at the other burger before you reviewed them? Because you can only review this one, and you've got a second one in another box. Why don't you just look at it with your eyes and say, well, look, they're all the same. This is how they come. Or they've done mine badly. Hers is nice. Or maybe hers is worse.
all right, 1 out of 5 for the cheddar onion buttery jack.
And when she gets back, hers is going to be congealed.
It's an abomination of a mess. Cannot recommend it. Looks like shit. Tastes like only butter. And again, it might just be a situation of my situation. All right, but we'll see what happens.
Maybe he sent this to Buttery Jack headquarters and expected some sort of recompense. I've got this funny feeling about it that, like, back in the day, there was this idea that, a influencer, a streamer or someone could tweet about a product or someone and like you might get a response on Twitter. I'm sorry you had that problem, Mr. Phil. Please accept 50 free Buttery Jacks on us, or come back and get, a free milkshake with your next meal and we're great to see, and stuff like that. I wonder if sometimes he's heavy-handed on the negativity because he expects that the company will in some way feel like, I want to say rewarding him, but, he might in some way behind the scenes send this off as an email or hope they see it, and he might get some sort of, it's like a sort of complaint letter, isn't it, as a review. Yeah, DSP tries it.
Okay, all right, that is it for DSP Tries It. Thank you for watching. You may now go to the bathroom appropriately if you need to. I probably will in a moment. Thank you, and I just took a year off my life. See you later.
DSP tries it. At least he tried to do jokes at the end. That's had nearly 50,000 views 8 years ago. DSP tries it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
DSP tries it.
DSP tries it. You'd be good if you can't be good, you're naughty. For YouTube. Compensation, that's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. I should reach out more. That was the word. Fuck.